Do you know that specific feeling when someone asks you a casual, well meaning question like, "How are you?" And for a split second, your brain freezes because you realize the only honest answer wouldn't fit into a polite conversation. The only honest answer would take about 14 paragraphs and a bottle of wine if given the luxury of chance. So instead, you just smile, clear your throat, and say, "I'm fine." But the truth is, you know that you really are not fine. And you don't like to ask other people because of the fear of the possibility of unfinding them. Unfinding, is it even a word? Never mind, you get it. Lately, it feels like I'm sitting on the side of a restaurant booth that faces the door, watching everyone else move with a terrifying amount of purpose. I look at other people's lives, and though I avoid, I can't help but to compare it to the unfinished drafts of who I thought I'd be by now. The ignored text messages left unread because responding requires an energy I don't possess. The quiet anxiety that peaks at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I conclude that somewhere along the line, I broke the machine. I've managed to turn my life into an absolute mess. But I've been thinking a lot about the word mess. We treat it like a final verdict, a failure of execution. But what if the mess isn't evidence that we are doing life wrong? What if it's just an evidence that you've finally decided to stop pretending, doing things perfectly? The curated ghost. There is a unique kind of violence we do to ourselves every single day, and it happens in the palm of our hands. We scroll through the curated digital diaries of strangers. We see their beautifully lit kitchens, their immaculate morning routines, their seamless transitions from career wins to paid vacations. And without even noticing it, we start checking out of our own reality. Suddenly, everything we like is something we saw first in someone else's life. Every goal we set has a shadow over it, a half-remembered caption, or an aesthetic filter that doesn't quite belong to you, but seems to perform better than the truth does. We talk ourselves into liking people, ideas, and timelines just because the internet told us that that's what a successful life looks like. And then, when our actual, messy, unedited reality doesn't match the algorithm, the guilt sets in. We feel tight in the shoulders. We feel like an imposter in our own skin. But a highlight reel is just a story smoothed out until all the interesting parts are gone. Nobody records the silent scream you so fully muffled at night, and you're nearly breaking down, but you still need to appear fine for the people around you. Nobody captures the paralyzing weight of staring at a blank screen, realizing you've traded your attention span for cheap dopamine. When we judge our internal chaos against someone else's polished output, we're comparing our raw footage to their final edit. And that's not a fair fight. As someone who loves to write, I've learned that the fastest way to ruin a story is to try and edit it before it's even finished. If you try to fix every sentence while the ink is still wet, the writing never really begins. You talk yourself out of the truth before it has a chance to land. And yet, we do this with our lives, constantly even. We We try to force our 20s, our 30s, our transition phases to look like a finished product. We demand that the mess makes sense while we are still standing right at the center of it. We ask ourselves, is this the right career for me? Is this the right person? Am I wasting my time? We pull ourselves out of the present moment to become spectators of our own existence, constantly analyzing the plot instead of just living it. The cause of that isn't just stress. The real cost is the gradual loss of our ability to simply be where we are. We spend so much time imagining a perfect, hypothetical future version of our lives that we forget to let the current version exist. It is incredibly difficult to fix a mess when we refuse to touch it because we're afraid of getting dirty. Our life right now might be a collection of rough drafts, missed deadlines, and unanswered questions, but an unpolished, vulnerable reality is infinitely better than a flawless, imaginary draft that never leaves our head. So, how do we stop the spiral? How do we stop the catastrophizing that tells us one bad day means a ruined life? It starts by making contact with reality. When everything feels overwhelming, our brain wants to solve the entire puzzle at once. It wants us to fix our career, mend our relationships, and organize our house by sunset. Because that's impossible, we paralyze. We have to lower the stakes. We have to allow things to enter the world slightly unfinished, slightly vulnerable, but real enough to matter. Don't try to architect a flawless 5-year plan today. Just do one thing that leaves evidence of contact with the physical world. Take a shower. Clean just the left side of your desk. Have the conversation you've been putting off, even if your voice shakes and you sound a little unhinged. The goal stops being to imagine your life perfectly. The goal is just to make it exist. Momentum doesn't require a grand epiphany or a massive lifestyle overhaul. It just requires you to pick through the mess, find one small line that feels honest, and follow it. The story is in the recounting. Eventually, the weather changes. The season we are in right now, this heavy, confusing, fragmented season, will become a memory. And years from now, we won't remember every single detail of the stress we're feeling today. We'll remember the specific way the light hit our kitchen floor during a quiet afternoon. We'll remember the voice of the person who stayed when things got heavy. We'll remember the strange, unexpected comfort of realizing that we survived the worst of it, even when we were entirely convinced we wouldn't. The most important aspect of recording a life isn't keeping it clean. It's how the story is later recounted or remembered. We change the names, we keep the feeling, and we realize that the mess was just the scenery we had to pass through to get to the truth. So if today all you did was keep track of your breath, if all you did was show up before the story made sense, that's enough. You don't need to ask permission to be a work in progress. Nobody's coming to tap you on the shoulder and tell you that you're finally allowed to live. You have to choose it for yourself, mess and all. Take a breath, close the tabs, let it be unfinished for tonight.